Welcome, coaches, to the Coaching Magic Podcast, where we reveal, discover, and create the insights, tools, and aha moments that make your coaching seem, well, magical. I'm your host, Jill Young, and I invite you to listen up, giddy up, and buckle up as we play with this creative profession of coaching that helps humans become their best, including you. In today's episode, we're talking with Jenna Spencer. And like most of the coaches that I coach, and like myself as well, we didn't start out our careers or our callings being coaches. Jenna has grown a thriving business, Assist Pro, and she is now transitioning into coaching. She's added some professional designations, like she's DISC certified, NLP, Kolbe. She's a Kolbe consultant as well. And she's now adding all of that to her experience as an entrepreneur to help people become their best. In today's episode, Jenna and I talk about the balance and the playful line between being rigid or disciplined and being authentically you and being in the authentic flow. We also talk about making that first $1 million. Coaches, listen up if you have a goal or you're looking to make that first $1 million as a coach. And of course, we talk about something really fun that she invented for her family called Shrek Days. Enjoy. Of course, we're going to have fun because it's Jill and Jenna. Jenna, do you remember we were at the EOS conference? It feels like a billion years ago, but also last year, but it was more like, I don't know, 8 years ago, when we sent my mother a selfie while we were drunk.
Yep. Sure do.
Yep. Just for those of you listening, my mother is the most glorious person on the planet, and she rarely tells me she's disappointed in me. But that was one of the 2 times she told me she was disappointed in me. And it was me and Jenna. So I wonder what trouble we're going to get into today.
I mean, I'm always down for a good time. And I may have heard that statement before, but it was all in good fun. And there are receipts to prove it.
There are receipts to prove that we had a good time. Sometimes, Jenna, I will say, if we're not having fun, I think we're doing it wrong.
Totally.
What do you think about that?
Totally. I would say that the Jenna 5 years ago would disagree with that, but the Jenna today wholeheartedly agrees with that. So,
oh, I love this. Can we just jump right into that?
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Jenna, you are the founder and owner and princess, I don't know, of Assist Pro. I'm just going to say you have thousands of assistants out there that help people, entrepreneurs. She's like maybe, probably, that help entrepreneurs just manage their crazy, amazing life. And I know you're doing some other cool things too with coaching, which is a really fun evolution, which is why we're excited to have you here. But will you talk about that for a little bit? The Jenna of 5 years ago and the Jenna of today, the Jenna so far, as we know her so far.
Yes, the Jenna, that is where we're at right now. Who knows what awesomeness will happen in the future, what other pictures there will be.
That's right.
The Jenna 5 years ago was even a different Jenna from 10 years ago.
How fun.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I was halfway into my decade of having Assist Pro. So we have had our 10th birthday in 2024. Yes. And I thought that everything had to be in a little box and, I had to have my everything just so. I had to have my morning routine and I had to have all the things I checked off my list every single day. And if any one of those things did not go or did not happen or, whatever, insert anything, it really threw me off to where my mindset was, well, that wasn't a successful day. I didn't do everything that I had to
Um,
do. And like even talking about it, I
whoa.
can feel the energy in my body. Where now it's like I get to laugh and have fun and be my authentic self. And it is more of a flow. I do still have my morning routine, but if, it doesn't look the way it did yesterday, that's cool too. So,
So Jenna, sometimes we take timeouts in this podcast
let's do it.
because it's the Coaching Magic podcast. And I just want to point out, if you're listening to this, maybe you can't see it, go look for it on YouTube. But I just want to point out for everybody what just happened with Jenna when she described that. And Jenna, you even noticed it. This is the beautiful part. She was describing this very structured, very rigid, because structure is beautiful, but she was describing something that was rigid, inflexible.
Hmm.
And she said, and I even sensed it and I saw it, I sensed it in my body. My shoulders got tight. She sensed it in her body, even just talking about it. And what a wonderful, wonderful vessel we have that is our body. And then if you noticed when she started talking about now, she did this. Her shoulders moved a little bit, like her going with the flow.
Yeah.
And Jenna, I just want to acknowledge you for noticing that. Of course, you're a masterful coach. So masterful coaches, we got to notice it in ourselves too. But thank you for just giving us that glimpse of what it looks like and feels like when a human unfolds.
Mm.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Thank
And now
you.
I'm gonna untime out. You can keep
Okay.
going or comment
Okay.
on anything that I've said. There we go.
Mm.
Untime out.
Well, you brought a great realization for me is that over the past 5 years, my favorite thing, one of my favorite things Gino has said is do your 7 years on the couch and, talking about working through your things. And I did not have a mind body connection before. And I
Mm,
would be like, oh, well, I don't know what's happening. And so I actually worked with a phenomenal therapist, and she
beautiful.
literally helped me find that mind body connection. And I think that's why I can have so much freedom and flow now, because I was trying to feel a flow in here 5 years ago, but now I can feel if like there's an actual connection.
Whoa. Just to bring us all up to speed and to slow it all down for my brain to capture all of that. When Jenna says Gino, she's talking about Gino Wickman, founder of the Entrepreneurial Operating System. And what he refers to is what he believes is every leader. I'll translate that into every coach because I believe it too has to do their own personal work. And sometimes he calls it 7 years of therapy to put a nice little catchphrase around it. Did I summarize that well, Jenna?
Perfectly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I had to do it for myself too. I just got to slow it all down. And Jenna, the work you did is beautiful. The outcome was beautiful. We just got to see it. Thank you. And what was it that was that spark or that nudge or maybe even a 2x4 over the head
Mm,
or into your backside where you thought, hey, my head and my heart aren't connected. I'm
yeah.
feeling flow here, pointing to my head.
Hmm.
But maybe that's just a thought. What can you talk us through what that feels like for maybe someone else who is on a precipice?
So it was more of a 2x4, because in my mind somehow I thought when my company crosses a certain threshold, for me that was when it becomes $1 million business. I'll have
Yeah.
figured it all out. Everything will be easy. Hmm. I
Can we
also,
pause? Can we pause to giggle for a little bit?
oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Oh. And so I also had 3 small children,
Mm,
and realized that I couldn't keep going the way I was going because surely something was wrong. And I also had been on a health journey, right? So I was going
mm,
through all the brain things. Well, maybe it's my hormones. also
Mm.
true. Maybe it's, this, maybe it's that. And I had someone tell me, why don't you just go talk to my friend? And I'm like, okay, I'll go talk to your friend. And she gave me all these like instructions to find her of like, we'll turn by the, green garbage can and go down. It's, and then turn in here and wait for me at the horse gate because then I'll come. And I'm like, we do have Google Maps. Okay. But all right. And this woman was so intuitive and in touch with emotions that it almost was a shock to me. And I had a lot of physical reactions to a lot of things when I was working with her. And I just knew that I had to keep going back for some reason.
Mm.
Um, but it really was, well, everything's not going the way I thought it was going to go when I checked everything
Mhm.
off my pretty little list in my organized little notebook. And that's how I
Hmm.
got there.
Mm. You've used a couple of my favorite words in that description. You're like something I just knew I had to keep going back there.
Mm.
Intuitive, that she was intuitive and she just knew things. Um, what what can you what can you really like feel back into that moment where maybe you were feeling something that you needed?
Mhm.
And maybe what was that? Now that you're on more of the other side of it, you guys, I'm air quotes, the other
Oh,
side.
yeah.
What was it that you needed at that moment?
I needed to connect with the different versions of myself to figure
Hmm.
out who I really was, and I needed to feel emotion. And
Hmm.
actually, I had come out of, drinking and, not necessarily like severe drinking, but you're like, oh, well, I really need a glass of wine. That was a long day.
Hmm.
And I just knew that I wanted to set a better example for my kids. And I also, for me personally, like, it was kind of like, well, shouldn't I be feeling something? So I kind of gone
Hmm.
down like a learning path specifically about, like traumatic events that you go through or things that you hold on to. And I was like, hmm. So I think that's really what I need. I needed to connect with all versions of myself. I needed to forgive myself. I needed to tap into all of me versus and different versions, different timelines of myself.
Love it.
So
I love this so much. And Jenna, thank you for going so deep, so fast. Thank
yeah.
you for playing the coach magic game and going all the way deep, all the way fast. Thank you for letting us into your 7 years of therapy.
That's who I
in
am.
in maybe, just a couple years. Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows? Everyone's on a different timeline. I'm still on the couch. I'm still
Mhm.
doing, but I'm still unfolding.
Yes.
Isn't that fun?
I think it's we never know we never yeah, like likewise too, right? But it's like it
Mhm.
looks different now than it looked then. And it is this beautiful journey of like, well, who am I going to be in
Ah,
5 years and who am I going to be in 10 years? And when can I look back, how can I have the same conversation in 10 years? But how cool will it be to be like I was giving myself grace during this period because I had let go of some of those
oh,
things?
so beautiful. I see this spiral, like this spiral up, this
Mhm.
spiral up, and now make no mistake, we can also spiral down.
Oh,
We
oh
can do
yeah.
that. But what I've learned and what I'm sensing in your story also is that as we spiral up, we're going to hit the same issues over and over again. We're going to hit the same issues. They're never going away.
Mhm.
But when we hit them and we're on an upward spiral, what I experience is that I have higher highs and
Mm.
higher lows.
Mhm.
I'm still
Oh
going to
yeah.
have lows,
Mhm.
but I have higher highs and I have higher lows. So
Mm.
whereas maybe before I was doing this, now I'm
Mhm.
just doing this, doing this.
I love that analogy, and I love just picturing that because it's so true because you have so much more space, and then
Mhm.
you're not bottoming out because not it's not as like you have more forgiveness and more acceptance. I
Hmm.
love that analogy. That's so cool. I love that.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it. I think about it. most days. It's something I try to teach to my children or model for my children because I
Mm.
rarely can like tell them what to do these days. They're all adult males. They're 28, 22, 19. And
Mm.
like my strategy right now is I try to model.
Mm. Very wise.
Okay, Jenna, you've been through this journey. You're on a journey. We all are. And I know about Assist Pro, you shared with me that you have just restructured
Yes.
Assist Pro. And I'm just sensing who I knew you to be 5 years ago and who I know you to be right now, I am observing and absorbing your energy right now, that you do not look like a normal woman who has just restructured the business. Because here's
Oh.
you most of the time when I talk to entrepreneurs who are like, and we just restructured, they're like, ah, but you seem so calm moving through it. Maybe talk to us about how that was different this time, and like, please share all of it. Share, even if there was stressful times
Mm.
or you lost your shit,
Oh.
that's cool too. But how are you different today with that restructure as you would have been 5 years ago?
Well, a very carefully scheduled podcast slot for starters. So didn't schedule this in the throes of it. Um,
That's really wise.
yeah.
I call that calendar magic.
Yes.
It really is
Yes.
calendar magic.
It
Know
is.
when your energy is available for
Yep.
certain things.
Yep.
So beautiful,
Yep.
beautiful. Keep going.
The other, some not carefully planned, but some massive Shrek days, as I call them.
Tell us about the Shrek day.
So when I am going through it, and I mean, I'm going through it, I have two teenagers. I'm not quite where you are now, but 16, 13, and 11. So whether it's a personal thing, a professional thing, I allow myself a Shrek day. Okay. And I get Shrek day from my very good friend Kelly. But I am allowed to look like Shrek. I'm allowed to lay in bed. I'm allowed to have whatever snacks I want. And I'm allowed to watch whatever I want on TV. And depending on the severity of the issue, it's
Yes.
either a few hours or 24 hours. And that rejuvenates my soul. So there have been plenty of those, not plenty.
I
There's
love it.
been several of those through the restructure. So that's the second thing, Shrek
All
days.
right.
Okay.
So new tool for everyone. Coaching magic, new tool. Shrek days.
Shrek days. Okay.
We're
Favorite
go-
ice
we're
cream.
gonna write it down.
Yes.
We're favorite ice cream. Now I do have I want to hear more, but I have a question about the Shrek days.
Okay. Go ahead.
Are you also allowed to burp and fart?
Oh, yes. Anything.
Okay,
It's
it
just,
is complete. The
yes.
Shrek day is
Yep.
complete
And
because that's your favorite thing.
you can watch Shrek for inspiration. So,
What
because there's also tons of
quality?
dry, witty humor throughout Shrek. It's just amazing, you know? So,
Okay, what else? Calendar magic. You've got Shrek days. What else did you do?
the other is, for me, it's keeping things in perspective. So for me specifically, we lost my husband's dad very suddenly back in
Mm.
August. And that has just forever changed and shaped me. And so there's been a lot of different emotional components to that. And so restructuring my company, while it was necessary and not fun to go through it, it was such a gift that it happened when it happened, because I instantly had perspective and comparison to it could be so much bigger than restructuring a company. Like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? So,
Mm.
and I'm actually very thankful for the timing that everything happened, because of that perspective. I feel that that was a gift that I was given.
Mm.
So,
Is there something with that perspective? Is there something, some kind of process you have, or like, what do you do in the Jenna Spencer life to stay on top of that perspective mountain?
so I learned about positive affirmations a long time ago, but I went through NLP training a couple of years ago during COVID, and she taught me, when you're saying your positive affirmations, say them in the mirror to yourself, but say it once when you look into your left eye and say it again when you look into your right eye because it hits both sides of your brain.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want to pause for effect. I want to pause so people can write it down. Say it one more time.
So when you're saying your positive affirmations in the mirror, you say it twice. Once when you are looking yourself in your left eye, and then again when you're looking yourself in your right eye, so it hits both sides of your brain.
That's so beautiful. And you do that, and that helps you with perspective.
I do that, and I like to talk a lot, so I can talk to a brick wall. And so I also have statements and things that I
Mm,
repeat, and so I believe that what comes out of your mouth, your ears hear and your brain processes,
mhm,
and so throughout that whole process, I just kept repeating this, like, "This is for the greater good. This is gonna be
mm,
okay. It could be worse.
mm,
This is an
mm,
opportunity. Give it more time."
mm,
Um, my father-in-law was such an amazing man, and he
mm,
always said, "Jenna, it was 10 miles in, it's gonna be 10 miles out, so just put your backpack
mm,
on and start walking." And,
mm,
that really stuck with me too. So it was just repeating all these things because just it downloaded into my brain. I really believe in the power of words and the power of
mm,
speaking things, into yourself and into others. And that's why I love to give so much because
mm.
I have people like you, like Jill Young, that I can call and say, "Hey, oh my gosh." And you breathe such life into me. And so I try to do that with others and even with myself. I think it's important. The more you can do that with yourself too, like that whole self
Yeah.
acceptance thing. So,
Yeah. It definitely starts with the human. In coaching magic, our first element of coaching magic is I am magic.
mm,
And we cannot bypass us as a part of the coaching container.
yes.
And I see it happen. I see it happen. I've coached hundreds of coaches where we say to ourselves, this is the client and this is the stuff they need to learn. And we just try to go like this. Dun, dun,
Mm,
dun, bum, bum, bum. And it works, but guess what it is? It's hard on the coach, it's hard on the client, it's hard on the stuff that's being tried that's trying to be learned. And so if we can step ourselves, put our whole selves in the middle of that and let ourselves be a
mhm. Yeah.
conduit to where here's some information or teaching or coaching or access to wisdom, whatever, and here's the client, and it flows through us.
Mm,
It's such a more easeful and flowy approach. So
yes.
I love that you have done this over the last 5 years, just fed into yourself. And then I remember a few of our conversations 8 or 9 years ago of, "Hey, I think someday I wanna be a coach,"
Mhm,
to where now we're having this conversation where you are. You are.
mhm.
You've done it. I also suspect you've been coaching way longer than you've been, labeled or chosen the label or profession as coach. I'm curious, what was it about, you're a certified DISC consultant, yes?
Mhm, yep,
Certified Kolbe,
yep.
Kolbe professional. What is it about they're both assessments, so I'm
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, what is it about those 2 certifications that really drew you as as a human who really knows yourself?"
Yeah.
What drew you to those?
Um, well, as an intuitive person, I feel like I am a
Mhm,
very intuitive person. I feel like, I was a little afraid of being an empath when I was younger because I couldn't really understand it or control it.
mm,
A lot of just emotions took over. But as a pragmatic person, there's like two different sides to me. So, as a
mm,
pragmatic person, I love being able to have something that helps me understand myself better in an educational way. So, it does kind of go back to Colby, which is the three parts of the mind that Colby teaches, which we have our cognitive, our affective, and our conative. And so your cognitive is like your learning, your habits, your
mhm,
education, business acumen, like all the smarts in here. And then your affective is your personality, your motivators, your drivers, how your communication style,
mm,
like all those things about you. And then your conative style is how you do things. So do you want details? Do you want to come up with ideas? Do you want to create systems? Do you want to put things together with your hands? And so, really, my love for DISC started through probably before Assist Pro, actually, when I worked like in the banking industry, because we did some things with DISC about how to communicate with one another. My goal as an adult and as a mother and all those things is to seek to understand and seek to be understood, because I was just raised in an environment where you just kind of argued your point about it and then you just kind of disagreed. So when I became an adult, I was like, well, I want to understand why you feel that way. Because if you feel that way, like I want to be able to respect that, explain it to me. And it's just always been so curious. So my super long story here, because remember, I like words. DISC is all about communication style. And so when I'm talking with someone, I'm like, oh, this is how they explain themselves. This is how they express themselves. This is how their brain is working. And I'm just so curious about that. And then with Kolbe, it's all how you take action. And really going through like matching clients and assistants together when they're kind of on different pages. It might just be like in how they're doing something. So I love Kolbe and DISC together because it hits 2 parts of the brain out of the 3 parts.
Wow. And that the way you tied that into like your intellect and your intuitive, it's the communication and the action. And I just love seeing these 2 tools in your hands working together.
Yeah, and it's really
I can totally
cool.
see how.
Well, it's really cool what you were saying about being the conduit, as a coach and being able to see that reflection. And I think that's what those 2 tools do for me. It helps me just speed up a little bit to where I'm not relying on all my tuition to have to observe, because sometimes when I work with people, I need to meet them really quickly or they need help. So it just helps me operate a little bit faster because I'm able to say, oh, I have these things. I already know this about me, but this helps me understand them a little bit faster because I like to develop those relationships with people fairly quickly. And it helps like build trust and be able to be a better conduit in a faster way.
Lovely.
Yeah.
We do live in time and space, as it turns out. We do live there. All right. Sometimes we think we could can we go to another realm and just hang out all day long? But we do have time and space. And to the degree we can get a lot done in a little bit of time, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So,
and it just gets you there a little bit faster. I love it. Jenna, would you like to play a game?
I would love to play a game. I love games. Can I make everything a game?
Yes, everything is a game, actually. Ta-da! I don't know. That's not one of the elements of coaching magic, but it is now. I think we just made it up. Everything is a game.
I love it.
Okay, here's the game.
Okay.
I have these little cards.
Okay.
If you're watching this, you can see this. But I have these little cards. This one is called an inspired life, and there's several of them. But what they are is they are like fortune cookies without the cookie.
Oh,
so you just pop one open, and then here's the game.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop one open for us, and then I'm gonna read it. And here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna just say, "This is what this means to me."
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So ready.
I'll go too. But do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You pick.
Okay, I'm going to have you go first.
Okay. This is what this means to me.
Yeah, or just like whatever comes up.
All right.
And I love this. It's like there's messages waiting for us. There's serendipity around us. And usually what I find when I do something like this, it means something to us. There's another little coaching magic trick here.
Okay.
Coaches, that human brains are specifically designed to connect things together. So, I mean, this is a really cool card. I think I picked the right card for us, but I could have also said, Jenna, what does this pen mean to you? Jenna, what does this geode mean to you? Maybe I'll do that in another podcast, but for now, it's this one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
La, 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 la. Popping it open. Pop. Oh, glasses, you guys. All right, here we go. Ooh, here it goes.
Okay.
Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Mm,
Mary Oliver. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Ooh, it's a
mm.
question. Sometimes they're not questions.
Oh, man. Enjoy every season for what it is and raise the best humans, the best future adults possible. So, kids that want to hang out with me when I'm old. That's really what I want.
Oh, I love that. Jenna, that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And then do I have your permission to expand it?
Yes.
Something came to me just now as you were saying. You said, and we'll have to go back and look at it, but something like raise the most beautiful humans.
Mm,
Before you said kids. And when you said that, I think about everything you're doing at Assist Pro
mm,
and how that relationship of you as the founder, you're coaching your company now, you're coaching other people. But when people come to you and they are developing as humans too,
mm-hmm.
the visionaries, the entrepreneurs you serve, the ones that I know are served by Assist Pro, just it just are get so
Mm,
expansive with your support, with your company's support. And the assistants that I know who have come to work for you and they have got to go through your training program
wow.
and your support program, everything you have. I just an immediate flash of all of those humans that you are. I mean, it might not be a raising, but it's definitely developing.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Does that hit um is that something you acknowledge what you're doing for humanity?
I think you just blew my mind a little bit. Like, wow, coaching magic in that moment. Like, I literally feel my brain, like the little Tetris blocks are like, do, 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 do,
Mm,
do, do, like shifting
mm,
around, which thank you so much for that. Um, I guess I really hadn't thought about it that way, but
wow.
what a gift it is to receive that from you. So
Mhm,
thank you. Because that is the goal and intention that I wake up with every day, and so
mhm,
I'm just so, like, overwhelmed with gratitude in this
mhm,
moment. Thank you for saying that to me because we do have so many assistants and so many clients, you know, that are living more fulfilled, joyous lives
mm.
because of the delegation and because of what like Assist Pro has been able to do. So I didn't even think about it that
Oh,
way. And you literally altered my brain chemistry just now, like with magic. So you can probably see it in my eyeballs. They're like, woo. But thank you so
I'm witnessing.
much.
Well, you're welcome. And what a joy it was to just to watch you receive that. There's a lot of times where, especially as coaches, it's like, oh, I feel myself. I've said before when people
Mm,
say thank you so much, um, saying things like, well, it's not me, it's you. You did all the work, which is true.
mhm,
And can both things be true at the same time?
mm,
That a little slice of my magic was very powerful for you just now and just expanded, when things connect in our brains, that's really what it's doing. It's expanding
mm.
your awareness.
Yeah.
We're also mirrors of each other when we're in any kind of coaching relationship. Um, Somebody said something similar to me the other day about the impact I've had at EOS Worldwide.
Mm,
And I just keep going. I just keep, I just keep doing things and keep showing up and loving on people. And to see this reflection on your face of like, I didn't even see that, but now you do because we're a reflection of each other.
mm. You're so wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, you're so wonderful.
Gosh.
This is so much fun. This
Oh
is so
my
much fun.
gosh.
And thank you for letting us experience that moment of expansion and just going there.
And I mean, there's no other way to describe it other than you did share your slice of magic with me. You've been sharing magic with me from EOS conferences to, I mean, all the times that we've spent together, which are such gifts and treasures to me. You are like top 5 human beings in my life. So thank you, Jill Young.
Jenna,
You really
I'm just
are.
gonna
You're so
thank
magical.
you.
So magical.
Thank you. So Jenna, if somebody would love to get some more Jenna Spencer magic, how would they go about doing that?
Send me an email, please. I would love to hear from you. Jenna at assistpro.com. I mean, you can find me on all the other places too, but I just want to talk to you. So just shoot me an email and we can hop on the phone or whatever. And I would love to help anyone that has any questions in any way, if anything resonated with them today. So that's
Oh, lovely. Do you know what I love that you just did? You just did 2 beautiful things, and I've got to point it out
okay.
because this is the Coaching Magic Podcast, and this is where coaches come to learn to be more magical or just open up their own magic. But you guys, Jenna just did something that was so cool. There's no friction in getting to Jenna. There was no friction.
Oh.
Straight to Jenna. It's not going through a QR code. It's not going through a website. So I love that. Thank you for that. The second thing that she did is she invited you into a conversation. And as it turns out, inside a conversation is where the magic happens. And I think it's only always, it's inside the conversation where the magic happens. So you just got invited to a coaching magic conversation with Jenna Spencer. Wow, the crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even think about that. Thanks, Jill.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm just revealing your own magic to yourself and you didn't even know. It's like awesome.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
That's kind of cool.
There you go.
Happy to talk about Shrek, kids,
Yes, exactly.
therapy, whatever.
The Shrek days.
Shrek days.
That is going in my backpack of tools for sure. I love you, Jenna. I'll see you soon.
I love you, Jill. You're amazing. Thank you so much for having me. This was such an honor. So I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye.
Thank you for playing with me today in the land of coaching magic. If you want more magic, I invite you to explore www.jillyoung.com. This is where you can see all the shenanigans I've created for you to expand your world of coaching. See you there. And remember, you are magic.